Hello, my nerdlings. If you're new here, my name is Nikki. Welcome to my channel where we get nerdy. Today, I have some big feelings that I need to get off my chest. These are my opinions. If you have differing opinions, I'm not saying you're wrong. These are my opinions, and we can agree to disagree. Let's have a conversation in the comments below if you want. Okay? So if you do not know, call me Chris. You know, the TikToker that has now moved to YouTube, that does the Riley videos with the little girl with the little fake hand, right? Decided not long ago that she was going to release a YouTube video about books on Book Talk. She had read them, and it was her feelings. Which there's nothing wrong with that. You can read the books, and you can have feelings, and you can say your feelings. However, when it got to the point where she said that people that like to read these books that are on Book Talk, typically the ones she was talking about were Icebreaker, Credence, like more of the smuttier books. When you get to the point where you decide to tell the people that like to read them and that are enjoying those books to go outside and touch grass because we're out of touch with reality or whatever it may be, that's not okay. It is not okay to attack a group of people just because you disagree on books, okay? Like, they're books. Get over it. And the fact that what really irked me was she took clips from other content creators without their permission, put them in her videos, and so then her fans started going to those content creators' pages and attacking them in their comments. Not okay. All right. It's just, that's not in good taste, right? Like, we can be adults here. And I also think what really perturbed me is she changed the name of her video several times. There was like at least 9 times I saw the video, but with a different title. And one of them was directly saying that because of us, readers, making book content on Book Talk or BookTube about smuttier books, that we were making children read them. Children aren't reading smut because of Book Talk. No. Children are reading smut because the parents aren't doing the research as to what's the content of these books. She attacked publishers, saying books that have more of a cartoony cover, like let me see if I can find one within reach. Like this, like an illustrated cover, is throwing people off. They think it's a YA or a middle grade book. Why the fuck do you think this is a YA or middle grade book? Why would you think that by looking at the cover? Her example also was Icebreaker. A figure skater and a guy in a college jersey. Why would you think that's YA or middle grade? That's some common sense shit, right? So she has released an apology video, which, okay, you apologized, but you still, like, it was a backhanded, snarky type of apology. At least that's how it came across to me. It was a sorry you're offended because you can't handle my opinion type of apology. And that's not okay. Like, just let people read what they want to read. And the other, this really ground my gears. She sat there and said that women that write about sexual assault in their books are glorifying it. Excuse me? No, they aren't glorifying it, first off. Not, like, one of them actually talks about the character working through her trauma and everything, if you actually read the book, not just going off from what people say online. But to sit there and say that with your whole chest while you have Game of Thrones, the complete book series, behind you, do you want to really talk about it? You got problems with the age gap romance and the non-consensual sex and the violence in some dark romances. Like, hello? Sansa and her relationship with whatever his fucking name is. I can't remember. That was sexual assault. Let's talk about the age gap between Drago and Khaleesi, and the fact that the first time, one of the first scenes with Drago and Khaleesi, he assaults her. And then don't even get me started on the whole Jaime and what's her name? What's her name? The blonde Lannister chick that's a douche nugget.
So Jaime's the guy.
Yep. And then there's Tyrion. What's her name? Is it Cersei?
I think so.
Whatever.
That sounds right.
Their whole incestuous relationship. Don't sit there on say this is good literature and a fantastic show and all of that, and then badmouth Credence in the same time. Is Credence something I would read? No. But that's okay. I don't have to read it. Just like she doesn't have to read smutty books. And to attack a bunch of people that do enjoy it, bullshit. And can I also just say, how come, this is a side tangent from the Call Me Chris thing, side tangent, how come men like George R.R. Martin or Stephen King, because let's talk about Stephen King, he's kind of guilty of this too, having sex scenes in their books that are not okay, like never should be considered okay, they're allowed to write it, but a woman can't. Please, enlighten me. Stephen King had a 12-year-old, like a group of 12-year-olds having an orgy in one of his books, and that's okay. That's been adapted twice into movies. Please, tell me, why is that all right? But a woman having a sexual encounter with a man where there's some dubious consent is not okay. Please. How come men can do it and women can't? Like, women already are being told a bunch of stuff that they can't do. Why do we need to add it to a community that is literally just a hobby? Please, enlighten me. I would love to have a conversation about this, because I feel like sometimes I feel like I'm the only one that's perturbed by this, and I can't be. Like, there's going to be other people that find it ridiculous that we attack women authors for writing the same exact thing that men do. It's a bunch of bullshit. I'm going to tell you that right now. And then, so Call Me Chris was my first tangent. Men and women authors being treated different for the same content. Second tangent. Third tangent, parents need to be aware of what their children are reading or asking to read. I should not have to stop a mother in Target to tell her that her 12-year-old is trying to get her to buy her a book about BDSM. Okay? The fact, and it wasn't even a cartoon cover, this 12-year-old girl was trying to convince her mother to buy her Praise by Sarah Kate, which the cover is all black except there is a pink stiletto high heel. That's it. That's the whole cover. Why is that 12-year-old trying to convince their mother to buy them that book by Sarah Kate? I stopped the mother. I said, ma'am, I don't mean to overstep my boundaries, but I just want you to be aware this is about a BDSM club. And then she told her daughter no. She was about to tell her daughter yes. She told her daughter, like, she was like, well, I guess. No, ma'am, no. And how come I have seen a freshman in high school, I know because they were a student, a freshman reading Hunting, Adeline, not Haunting, Hunting, the one that is astronomically more dark than the first one. Like, if you think your child is able to handle that content, that's one thing, right? But that's like, don't bring that type of book to school, because God only knows whose hands are going to get on that book, and then it's going to open up a whole world of problems for not only the parent, but the school, right? Because if that book had fallen in the wrong hands and a parent wanted to cause a stink with the school, that's just a lawsuit waiting to happen. So parents need to be responsible. If you're going to buy your child a book and you're not sure of the content, look it up. There are plenty of information, like a quick Google search. Is pucking around appropriate for my insert age year old? Is Game of Thrones appropriate for my insert age? Whatever. Title, age, it will tell you if it's appropriate. How, like, there's mature video games, there's mature movies. How come we can't have mature books? Just saying. Parents need to be aware of what their children are reading and consuming. Also, why is your 12-year-old on TikTok? Let's also have that conversation, okay? Because there's no need for someone of that age to be on TikTok. To have found book talk on top of, on TikTok. To be on that side of book talk where there are darker, more explicit books. Okay? So, those are my feelings. Let's have a conversation in the comments about yours. And hit the like button if you want to see more. Hit the like button if you did. Subscribe if you want to see more. And until next time, you are loved and you are valid.